Good morning, noon. Welcome back, guys. Okay, so I am by myself right now. It's literally like 11 something, and I wanted to show you what I started yesterday, right? I swear I started this yesterday, but I feel like with how far I've gotten, I might have started it the day before. But like I said, I'm pretty sure I started it yesterday. So maybe it was Wednesday, which would be the day before yesterday. I remember, I think I was watching this video. No, it wasn't. I don't remember. I don't know why I'm so pressed on it. But before I show you this, so I have this wicker basket. Is this called a wicker basket? I think it's a wicker basket. And I like it. The only problem is it has like the little stick out pieces, and it's not great when you're pulling like balls of yarn out, because it gets stuck and then it wants to kind of tear the basket, tear the yarn kind of, and it's just not great. So in here I have like these pinks and blues, and see, like, it's getting stuck. So anyways, hold on. Any type of yarn, it wants to sit there and just get stuck, and I'm not a fan. Sorry, I'm rolling up this ball of yarn. I love this basket. I think it's beautiful. I think it's pretty. This is what the 9 skeins of the pink, blue, and white came in, that Daniel's coworker won for a benefit for me. So I thought that was really sweet. Anyways, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to leave my little scrap balls in here for just a second, and then I'm going to see about making room. I'm going to show you what I'm making with it. But I'm thinking about taking this basket, and I know it's going to take up some space on my counter in my bathroom. However, I could put, I'm going to try it out. I'm going to take the wash rags above my toilet in the little like back of the cabinet thing, and put the wash rags in here, and the lotions and things that are sitting on my counter that my kids constantly access, and myself. I'm going to put them all in here and then leave it on my counter, because that stuff constantly gets knocked over on the little tray thing that I have them on. And my 6-year-old, when he reaches up above the back of the toilet to get a wash rag to dry his hands with and do things with, he knocks a couple in the toilet. So yeah, there's that. I needed to come up with a better solution. So hopefully this will fix that. On my last video, I said I was going to do the whole like Amazon haul thing, as you would call it. Hey, there's my deodorant. I need this. Anyways, I was gonna finish the rest of the Amazon haul. And my yarn that's supposed to come in the mail. Well, my yarn that was supposed to be at my house. I live in Kentucky. It was supposed to be at my house last night. It then updated and said that it's still in Texas. So we figured that out. And then my youngest got his updated Spider-Man PJs. He loves his Spider-Man PJs that he has. These are a little bit different, but he's already opened them and wore them last night, and he was wanting to wear them to summer camp today, but I'm like, you can't do that. So because they were going on a field trip, and it wasn't like comfy stay in the house, stay indoors day, and it's summertime. Like, he loves long pants and long sleeve shirts, but he's excited. It fits him. He's not like that boy. He's so outgrown his other PJs, but like he wears them, and it's like literally it's so hard to pull off of them. Okay, so what I wanted to show you guys was, let me flip this. So I started this 3/4 circle shawl, I guess that's what it's called. It's basically a half circle, but instead of it being straight across, it comes down a little, like you're doing increases throughout, but it's like when it's increasing on the side, it's coming down so like it drapes over your shoulders. So I started it with white, and I'm adding whites and pinks and blues and whites and pinks and blues. And I'm gonna keep going until I run out of those yarn. Yeah, run out of those. And then I think I'm gonna I don't want to keep every shawl that I make because I just don't, like, it's not possible, but I like to keep them. But I donate all the ones, and then like when I make a shawl that I want to keep, I end up donating it. So basically, I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. I'm probably going to donate it. But this is like the practice one where I know I'm doing it right. Practice one. Anyways, so what it does is it goes up over your shoulders, and then it just like, it hangs down in the front, and I think it's really pretty. And it's using up the white, the pink. This blue didn't come in that pack, but I do have the blue over there in it, but I'm just adding the different ones, and then like this pink. So I just think it's really pretty, and I don't know, I like the shape of it, I like the color of it, I am a very pink person. I like pink. I don't care if it washes me out, whatever, but I like this one a lot. But I feel like somebody else would love this one too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get another bag going of just the shawls and things that I make, and then accumulate them in the back of my van. So my van is currently sitting where it's like when the baby's here, and we either A, need to go grocery shopping, or B, we're going out to church, and my grandma's going to be with us because then we'll have more seats in the car. So in the back of my van, I'm just going to start putting all of it together, like all of my bags, and just do one big drop off. So I'm going to start another bag full of stuff. My blue and white shawl, this is just like a kind of like sitting down with you guys moment. I want to move this back here. I almost dropped that out of here. Okay. I'm not going to take it out because it's massive at this point, but I made a moss. This is my first? I can't remember now. I've said it in previous videos, but I think this is my first moss stitch shawl, but that don't sound right. I feel like I did let me say, I think this is my first moss stitch shawl where I went and bought the yarn to go do it instead of having it here, because I think I was working on a moss stitch shawl. I don't remember. I do have other moss stitches one, but anyways, this is like the stitch and the color pattern, and it's a triangle one. I want it to go wrap around my front and down and across and tie in the back. So I have the skein that I'm working on now. This does not match this, and it's not far off. However, in a previous video, I don't know if I accidentally ordered the wrong one or what, but they gave me, instead of steel blue, they gave me 2 skeins of the teal blue. No, dark teal, which is fine. So I'm just going to roll with it. I don't want to go exchange it. It's not like super far off, but I'm getting to the point where each row is just massively huge. And it's hot. So that will probably be my project that I finish next week while the kids are camping. I don't know, my off and on project. I'm thinking about making caplets. Basically, it's kind of like a mini little poncho, but like it goes like on your shoulders and down to like right here or so. So it's really good for when the weather doesn't know if it wants to be hot or cold, or like constantly temperature changing, and it's not cold enough for a jacket, but it's not warm enough to not have one. So like if you want one that like where you can still wear like your spaghetti strap and you don't want to carry around this big old jacket, you can, you know, like put one over your shoulders, and like your shoulders and everything are good, and you wear your like tank top underneath, and then just put it up. It's a lot smaller than a jacket. Think about making something like that. I'm trying to figure out different ones. I have a link to the woman that made hers that gave me the idea, and it's a free pattern. So I will link that down below in this video. She has patterns that you can buy, but you just like scroll down to the end of it and it's down there. But yeah, I know it's like a 5mm hook is what it calls for. I think I might make my daughter some for school or something. I might even make this baby some. Oh my goodness. Just seeing her run around when she's walking with her little, okay, with her little, big little, ah! I did the same thing when my daughter was little, and I still do it too, even though she's about to be 10. But yeah, it'll be fun. And then like I have dresses that have like the spaghetti strap top to them. So if I can make something that like universally matches stuff, I can wear those instead of having to wear a jacket or a sweater and things, and I don't have to worry about my bump being too big. Like, it's fine. Alright, I know this is like a kind of like an in-between intro, something another, but yeah, I'm gonna eat my food and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. That wasn't very long. I just made some chicken ramen noodles. I've been in a ramen noodle kick past couple of months. I don't eat them often. It's just when I'm really craving them. So, anyways, trying to figure out where I'm at. So I have to pull from the outside when I go to make this one, and I don't have anything that I can like put this in and have it roll and, you know, kind of like toilet paper. So I'm just gonna deal with it and pop it over there and then just pull accordingly. Okay, I'm gonna put my kids' clothes down there. Anyways, I don't know if you guys can see the difference. I mean, oh, my kid put it on charge. Well, that's fine. I was gonna show you, like, it's not that big of a deal difference, but you can see. Sometimes, look, okay, I am all about taking what the Lord gives you and being creative with it, and it comes out really beautiful. I am all about taking scraps and putting it together and seeing what happens. I'm all about taking like I had some, well, for my patchwork blanket I had scraps of yarn, and then I also went to Walmart and I just randomly picked and pulled yarns that didn't go together, but like whatever, to make my patchwork blanket. But sometimes I just want something that has the same exact skeins of yarn, or relatively close, or like some type of color scheme going on, and it's not very often, and I feel like that is a guilty pleasure of mine. It kind of reminds me of Little House on the Prairie. Now, like, we're not above anybody else money-wise, and we're not poor. I have been in the poor category, but I've never been like largely rich. I'm rich in the Lord. And like, I've been on WIC. We're currently on WIC. I've had food stamps. I've had other government assistance. I'm literally on Social Security disability because of my muscular dystrophy, and like, it is what it is, right? I've gone to food banks, and like, there's nothing wrong with it. But sometimes I just, where am I getting with this? Oh, so like Little House on the Prairie. So when Ma Ingalls goes to the Olsons, to the store, and like back then, it was known that farmers and stuff, and like lower class, they couldn't afford actual like fabric for their kids for clothes. So the flour sack companies and rice companies and all that, and the corn mill companies, they made their sacks of like really with patterns on it. So it was already bought, and then they just turned it into dresses and things for their girls and their kids, which is really cool. Well, Mom wanted to splurge and make herself a dress, and really treat herself with it, but like at the same time she kind of didn't know what to do with it. And it was like, when she went in there, and Miss Olson was like, you need like beige colors and earthy colors, because that's what a farm girl looks, like a farmer's wife looks like, blah 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 blah. And Miss Ma Wild, Ma Ingalls was like, no, I want this blue one with the flowers. And it was really pretty, and she's not used to buying stuff like that. And she splurged, and it was kind of like an impulse splurge buy, and she was going to make herself a dress with it. Well, she ended up making her daughters dresses with it. Not to ruin the episode, but like, you guys have probably seen it. Anyways, sometimes it's nice to splurge, and you need to. See that green? Like that teal green? Anyways, that's kind of what I'm getting at. And Paul was like, it looks, he loved the pattern. And I can't remember, like, it's because of what Laura says, or it might have been Mary, but I think it was Laura. But I think it's what Laura said, where she was like, oh, you made these with the scraps of your fabric. And then it makes me think, did Mom make her dress too, and then she had extras left over for their dresses? Or did she make their dresses? I can't remember, but sometimes you gotta do, like, good things, for yourself. Especially when you're always doing for others. And it's always nice to give the best to others too. So, like, when I make things, some people like scrappy stuff. Some, like, I say scrappy, but misleading is not the word I'm going for. But it goes with everything, they don't feel like, oh, it's too pretty, it's too this, it's too that. It's, like something practical that they can wear and do things with, and, like they know it's theirs. And they don't have to worry about it getting messed up and, washed, and, you know what I'm saying? But I do try my best to do things that do look good together, like those whites and those pinks. Now, I do know that has a lot of white on it, so I don't know if I'm going to add more white. I was just trying to use that white up. I know I said I wasn't going to use all that white in a thing, but I just felt like it. So I'm just going to use what's left and continue making that one and see how big it gets, because with it being an already in the front shawl and it hangs, I got the hiccups, and I think she's laying like right up in here. She's like down, but like right up and kind of close to my stomach. Anyways, I'm gonna try and get y'all see what I'm doing. Yeah, I plan on doing I plan on adding just the rest of it and then making it as big as it's going to get with what's there and calling it a day. And I think I want to put green on the border. I want to do like the picot stitch, but a peacock something. But also I want to do like I want to do like a leaf stitch, but I don't want to do something like ridiculously crazy and hard where I'm like, I like simple. I like simple but elegant looking, you know. That's kind of what I'm going for. Ooh, I do have pinks coming. So I have some pink. It's Red Heart Super Saver. I think it's not pastel pink. It's like one shade darker. I'm pretty sure that's what I ordered. It was 3 of those. Like it was a pack of 3, and then I ordered. That's supposed to be here by tomorrow. That's the pack that was supposed to be here at my house, and it said it's gonna be delivered tomorrow because it's in Texas. I don't know how they got delivered to my house. And here's the thing. So it says it was in Texas, and then it said that it was going to be delivered. Well, no, okay, hold on. Said it was in store, going to be delivered to my house by 10 o'clock. Fine. Somebody could have went in, bought that, ran out, you know, in the time that I ordered mine. Totally fine. And then when I go to look at it to see if it was outside this morning, it said that it was in Texas because it was coming from Texas and Texas, like nowhere remotely close. And I'm just like, okay. And then I have other yarn that's coming that's supposed to be here between I can't remember if it said the 18th and the 30th or if it was the 19th and the 30th. But we'll see. And I ordered those from Walmart. So, it's totally fine. I'm not mad. Ooh. Oh, I'm just going to leave it in. That's fine. Sometimes I'll pull it up. Like if it's up here at the top, I'll pull it up and over and crochet over top of it and then snip the ends. But I'm not doing that this time. Okay. I'm currently just moving along, little doggy. Daniel's got a Tough Mudder on the 1st. I can't remember if it's the 1st and he's staying until the 2nd and coming home, or if they're going up there the 1st and it's on the 2nd and then they're staying until the 3rd. But it's up in Indiana. So I'm not quite too sure. I don't remember exactly what's going on with that. But him and his sister do that every year, and I think it's really fun and awesome that they do that. They've been doing that since before me and him were together, before we even knew each other. We've been together for almost 7 years. Wait, has it been 7 years? Hold on. Yes, it has. It's been 7 years that we've known each other. It's so crazy. So my oldest went camping with my mom, and then he's going to be back tomorrow, and then my middle child's getting picked up and going camping with my mom, and then she's going to be dropped off Sunday, and then my youngest is going camping with my mom, and my grandma, my mom's mom, and then he's going to stay with her, and then I think she's... Can't remember if my mom says she has to work. It's starting to rain. I can't remember if it's... I can't remember if she says she's got to work. I don't think she does. But I think she's going to leave him with her, and then come get the other two, and then they're going to be camping all week. Oh, plus my fur sister. I have a dog who's my sister now, apparently. I just think it's so funny. I call her, it's not her name, but I call her Snow Globe because she's a husky, and it's so funny because she just walks and she looks like a little snow globe. If you have her in the car and the AC is on, her hair is like, her loose hair is flying everywhere. Yeah. If you have a husky, you know exactly how it is. My dog's not a husky. He has husky. I think his grandma is not his grandma. I think his mom. Yeah, no, it's his grandma. So my mom got a dog whose mom was a husky, and the dad was a blue heeler wiener dog, if I'm remembering correctly. I know the husky and the wiener dog, the dash hound, are two, but I think it's blue heeler was the dad, or it might have been blue heeler husky and then wiener dog. I can't remember. And then my mom had her, and then we ended up with her for a while because my mom was going through some stuff, and then she ended up getting pregnant by my grandma's neighbor's dog, who is a mutt too. Like, I can't remember everything. I know he's like golden retriever, black lab, blue heeler, pit, like all the big breeds. Did I chain? 1, 2, 3. Okay. But yeah, I just like, my dog is, he looks like a lab with his mom's. He looks like a black lab with his mom's snout. And she came out like looking like a little wiener dog, like a wiener dog with blue heeler resemblances. So he sheds like a husky, but he doesn't look like a husky. It's funny how genetics work. Daniel gets off work in about 2 hours. The kids are supposed to go to Daniel's mom and dad's house, but they're sick. So can't tell if that's heavy rain or if that's my AC unit outside and the rain that I hear. Anyways, I watered the blueberry bush today just for it to rain. The kids are on a field trip to Big Bone, where they're going to be playing in the creek and running around and doing stuff. And it's raining. Anyways, today's the last day for summer camp for them too. So it's fun and exciting. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm pulling the yarn off of this because it kind of gets hard to pull when you're kneading it. Okay. So I know that Charlie Kirk, I absolutely love Charlie Kirk. I will never love him as much as his wife and his kids and, you know, his parents and family. Like, I'm not at that level and I don't have that parasocial relationship. But I stand for everything that he was doing and continue to do. And I do stand with Erica's side. And I do believe that what Candace Owens is doing is absolutely demonic and crazy. And it's not okay. And I think there's more to it with Candace going to Russia and all the things that were going on. And I don't know. just be praying for Erica and her kids and whole family and everything, because right now I think they're doing the pre-trial, the preliminary trial, something like that, and then before it goes to actual trial, they're just bringing all the evidence there, and some evidence will be brought up in court, I guess, when it goes in front of a jury. But anyways, I just pray that justice gets served and Candace comes to her senses, and be praying for Candace too, because Satan's got a grip on her, something fierce, and she needs to wake up. Like, she's causing divides in marriages and relationships, and she's totally fine with it, and she has no proof of anything other than like what she's saying, and she's profiting. At this point, if you calculate her views and how much like YouTubers make for and like podcasters and stuff, she's making up there in a couple million since Charlie's assassination. And she's got merch, it looks like where it's like make American Christian again, but that's not what it says. It says make America Candace again, with a cross on it. And she really believes that she's Jesus. It's really creepy and weird, and like it needs to be brought to light. And it's very scary because the demons are flowing, and I feel so bad for her. And I pity her because, sorry, my leg. I pity her because, like, I feel like anybody can come back for redemption through Jesus. Like, we're all called to repent. We're all called to be his children, and I know not everyone will follow and do that, but, every knee will bow and every tongue will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, and she will be held accountable for her actions, and it's very sad. Very, very sad. On another note, I've been watching Phil Robertson's videos that he put up many years before he died, and just words of wisdom. I've been watching him and just what he says, and even after he's gone, he's still leaving influences on people. Just talking about like John the Baptist and the baptisms, and what it's like to be a family, and biblically, and just wisdom and guidance, and that man knew what he was talking about. I was never into like Duck Dynasty growing up like everybody else was, but now that I'm older, like some of it was put on for a show because it's a TV show, right? But Cy and all of them, and Phil, and just the values and core beliefs and things, like Willie's brother and all them, which like they'd stress me out when it'd come to like he needed things done around the factory and stuff, and they'd just like goof off, and I'm just like, it's not funny. But yeah, I don't know. You can leave a resemblance and have a TV series without it being like all extra and things like that and crazy, and it's fine. It's hard to believe that Sadie has, I think it's 3 kids now, and her little brother still looks just like her. Or is it her older brother? I can't remember. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off here, guys, and finish this up. I'm not even to the point yet. Like, this is how long these ends are getting. They're so long. But yeah, I'm just gonna end it here with you guys. I'm gonna make it right past this point. Watch The Casual Criminalist and then I'm probably gonna take a nap because I'm at this point, like, in my pregnancy. I am 25 weeks pregnant, and I am, like, I'm not exhausted as what I was in the first trimester, but I need my naps. So I'm gonna try to get my nap in and go from there. But yeah, I'm at the point where I'm slowly but surely adding on to this. This is my late afternoon project while we're in bed. Daniel's playing his game while we're sitting here. He's got a Steam Deck that he plays. And I'll just like sit here working on this one. This is mine, so I'm not like in no big rush. And I'm not on time rush either to finish the other ones. But yeah, I'm gonna hop over here, finish this, getting to the edge, and I'll go from there. I think I want to say now, with how long these edges are, like, I think I'm a slow crocheter. I am neither fast, neither slow. Like, I like to go fast, but I like to make sure that what I'm doing, I'm actually putting in the stitch, you know, and not messing it up. So, I don't know, but it takes me like at least 20 to 30 minutes to go around each side. But the cool thing about this is that each side, like each row, uses a whole lot more yarn than what it did to start it. So now I'm at that point where I'm making less rows, but it's more stitches. It's fine. And this will probably be, when I add that other one on here, will be my last of the ends. It'll be the end of it. I'm gonna try it on and see, which I'm not that big. I'm a 2X. I'm gonna be a 3X by the time she's here. But that's only because, like, I could technically fit a large, or I could technically fit an extra large, but I don't like clothing that's super tight on me. Like, even fits comfortably, I like it just a little bit bigger, so I can, like, move, and I know that I can bend and have coverage. I didn't chain here. Fun. Fun. Okay. I'll put this in. I try to remember to chain, but it's not my strong suit. Okay, I'm gonna hop off here, guys. I love y'all. See y'all next time. Bye, guys.